Okay, so I'm leaving the Starbucks and I'm on my way to where I'm staying, and I'm about to pass through that dealership that had the jungle noises playing over their intercom, and I figured I would just proactively record my passage through the dealership because you never really know. I mean, they might start playing the animal noises again. I just want to be ready for them if they decide to do that. But while I have you guys, I want to dive into the racism theory a little bit more. And you guys might be, some of you might be white, and you might be thinking to yourself, I'm a TI as well. How could it? How could the operation possibly be about race? Well, I can. This is what I think could be the situation, and I don't know for certain if this is how it is, but if you've ever dealt with racist people, it's not just blacks that they hate. They hate pretty much anybody who's not exactly like themselves, including other white people. Think about Hitler. Hitler hated Jews. I mean, I think Judaism is more of a religion than it is a race. I mean, if you saw a Jew, he's a member of the caucus. I mean, he's white. I mean, the bottom line is that just because they're harassing you and you're not black doesn't mean that racist people are not behind the operation. I mean, are you a liberal? Like, maybe they hate liberals. I mean, you could be a liberal and they might figure that you're undesirable. Maybe you're poor. They don't like poor people. Racist people hate lots of different types of people. So, of course, holy shit, they're playing again. And they stopped. I had a feeling they were going to try this shit again. I have to admit, these people, they don't hide their shit, not like they did in their early days. When this shit first started, it was almost impossible to record this shit. Nowadays, these people don't give a fuck. I mean, they'll do that shit knowing you're recording them. When yesterday when I made the recording, they stopped. This time they didn't stop. They were like, fuck it, and kept that shit riding. That's why I decided to proactively record, because like I had a feeling they were going to do that shit again. I can actually predict these people, predict what they're going to do pretty well. So back to what I was saying. So, like, the theory stands in, like I said, at first I was like, it seems like it's the people are racist, but a lot of you guys, might be thinking to yourself, well, it couldn't possibly be racism because I'm white. Well, yeah, it could be. Racist white people, all they hate everything. Like, they'll hate, like, let's say they'll hate us because we're coloreds, but their hate doesn't stop there. Like, they can hate you because you're from the fucking north. I mean, they can hate you for pretty much fucking anything. They can hate you because you had a Jew uncle. They can hate you because you like the color fucking red. I mean, these people can fucking hate you because your fucking eye color is weird. These fucking assholes will hate you for fucking anything. Hate you because you have a black friend. Hate you because you smoke weed. Hate you because you're a fucking liberal. Hate you because of your fucking the jeans you like to wear, your fucking haircut. I mean, the fucking point is that these hateful sons of bitches can hate you unless you are basically a carbon copy of them, of themselves. They hate fucking everybody. They hate themselves, probably. Like, they're just little bundles of hate and misery. So when you think about it, unless you were a mirror image of them, they might hate you. Like, they look at you as the enemy or an outsider. So a lot of people who are white and are who also TIs might think to themselves, racist people couldn't possibly be behind the operation because they're after me and I'm white. Well, one thing I can tell you about racist people is that their hate, generally speaking, their hate doesn't stop at race. Their hate could be because of religion. It could be because of lack of religion. It could be fucking because of really fucking anything. Like, they would go after me because I'm not white. So they would still be racist. But they could go after you because you're not a Republican, or you don't support Trump, or you don't drive a pickup truck, or whatever the fuck they want to. But most people who've dealt with racist people know that they hate, their hate goes beyond just racism. Like, they hate Jews, they hate fucking this, they hate that, they hate fucking horses, they hate fucking nice houses, they hate intellectuals, they hate whatever the fuck, they hate all sorts of shit. Like, so I'm just saying, so for us, it's about race. For you, it might be because you like colors. Maybe you have a black friend, maybe they don't like that. Maybe your black friend's a nice guy, they don't like that. You're supporting them. You made them a cookie. They hate you for that. So now you're on their shit list. So, like we have to sort of be open-minded if we want to come up with theories. And like I said, this is not my theory. It's just a theory, and it's a grounded theory. My theory is more supernatural, but I'm a kind of like I mentioned in another recording, I'm a sort of a spiritual type of person. And because of that, I kind of feel like stuff that happens has more to do with good and evil than it does the politics and bullshit that governs our country and the world. And but I mean, the logical side of me would probably chalk all this up to just some hate group, or really hateful racist people in the government. And these are the same type of people who hated hippies in the 70s or something. Like, they hate, of course they hate blacks. And, I think it's like having power. Like, they would be the people who told you what you had to do with your life because it's what they wanted. That's what they expected of you. Like, they'll tell you that you use drugs, so you're no better than a black monkey or something. Those type. They'll just be like, well, you're a piece of shit because you use drugs, or you didn't support Trump, or you fucking whatever. You're not doing what they want you to do with your life. You didn't, go to a prestigious university or whatever. Who fucking knows? These type of people, these little bundles of hatred and misery can hate a motherfucker for pretty much fucking anything. You'd have to be, in order to meet their approval, you'd have to be a wealthy white conservative or some shit, some bullshit. Like, you'd have to, you'd have to fucking be kissing their fucking ass and love Trump or just some bullshit. Like, who fucking knows? Like, I know these motherfuckers, their hate doesn't stop with just black people or fucking brown people or whatever, mulattoes or anything. These motherfuckers, they fucking hate all sorts of different types of fucking people. You can be gay, you can have a gay friend, they fuck around, hate you for that. They'll hate you for whatever the fuck they want to hate you for. So my thing is, like, if there are white TIs out there, let's say there are white TIs, some of you on my channel said that you're white and you're a TI, okay, that doesn't mean that it's not a hate group. Like, it can still be a hate group. It can still be one. Like, hate groups, hateful people hate all sorts of shit. Okay? Like, they can hate you for whatever reason they want. They can hate you for whatever reason they want. Like, they would hate me because I'm not white, but that's me. They can hate you because you had a black friend. They can hate you for whatever fucking reason they want to hate you. I mean, they can. Okay, you hear that car? I was about to turn around and record it, but that car stopped and just, you can hear the gravel. But I don't know. I'm having a hard time paying attention to these fucking people. That's why I haven't been getting these recordings in. Like, I don't know. It's really easy for me to block them out at this point. Like, I I can't really explain it, but things are different with me. Things are different with me now. Like, their shit doesn't bother me, and not only does it not bother me, but it's actually incredibly easy for me to ignore them. I have to actually remind myself to pay attention to them. That's why I was like, it would be a lot harder for me to get recordings. So I want to just be clear about that. Like I said, that's not my belief. It's just a really good theory. It's a really good theory. It's probably the best theory that we have right now, because it kind of goes along with the narrative of the United States of America. Like, the country's history has been that way. Like, for what we know about the United States, the United States is kind of that kind of country that behaves that way. So it really just kind of goes along with history and what we know about how the United States functions and how Americans are in general and that kind of shit. And it's a really easy to accept theory, especially consider what we know about history. Like, if you go through history, if you learn about history, you know that this kind of shit happened in the past, and America is known for oppressing people for racist, hateful fucking reasons. And, you know, people are hateful as shit, and cops kill brown people. You know, I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, if you know American history, you know that this theory sort of goes along with the narrative that governs things in this country. So I wanted to be clear about that. And like I said, that's not my theory per se, but it's not a theory that I've written off either. I mean, it's a theory that I kind of believe a little bit, but not fully, because the theory it just makes too much fucking sense. It makes too much sense. Like, why else would the people behave this way? Like, you know, you guys will say that, you know, it couldn't be racism, but it isn't. In the past, when stuff like this happened to colored people, wasn't it because of racism? Like, okay, when the guy that Arbery, whatever the hell his name was, this guy was walking down the fucking street. Two guys. Did you learn about this guy's story? This guy was walking down the street, jogging down the street in Georgia, and the people in that fucking neighborhood were talking about this fucking guy. Like, they were having these conversations about him. Like, they were saying that, you know, he was trouble and they thought he was going to break into somebody's house or some bullshit, right? And then they were sort of plotting against him. And you noticed how the guys who attacked him had a third party who was behind them recording the entire thing. You see, it's that kind of shit that would make me believe that it's racism, because, you know, if you think about it, gang stalking works a lot like that. Like, how people are just quietly plotting against you. Like his story, and then the Trayvon Martin story, where, you know, he was walking home one day and then the fucking guy went after him or some shit. What I'm saying is that the racism narrative is so grounded in our culture as a country that it's really hard to be in a situation like this and not be white and not believe that racism plays some sort of role in it. So I'm just going to put that out there, because I have to be fair to everybody. I have to be fair. Like, in a situation like this, if I want to be fair, if I want to be grounded, if I want to come up with the simplest explanation, the Occam's razor explanation, it would pretty much have to just be racism, man. I'm really sorry. It would. I mean, it would. Consider what we know. You're going to have to tell me that it's just a coincidence that these fucking assholes are after me in the South. Like, you'd have to tell me that it's a coincidence that I'm just colored and being oppressed. I mean, I just don't know. But, I mean, the theory stands. That's all I'm going to tell you guys. The theory stands. Unless I get concrete evidence, I mean, hardcore, irrefutable evidence to prove that this shit had nothing to do with race, there's going to be a part of me who's going to believe that it's at least partially because of race. I really am. Not to mention, I've been called racial slurs in the past since I've been out here, so there's that. Then there's the jungle noises on the intercom. But like I said, this is just a theory. And I'm not a religious person, but a spiritual person. So I kind of believe more in the spiritual than the racism thing. But the point is that for the viewers or the people who watch this, a lot of them probably are colored people because of racism. And that's just the theory. Like I said, that's a theory that cannot be written off without incredibly hardcore concrete evidence.